Hello, my friend. Welcome back. We're talking today about a very powerful Aquarius new moon. And there is so much going on in the sky right now. But in this video, I'm going to break down why this lunar cycle is so important for you, for the world collectively. Pluto has just recently made a major move into Aquarius for good for the long term. And we also have Uranus and Jupiter both stationing right now, getting ready to move direct. So we're talking radical change, deep transformation, breakthroughs on a big collective level. Because I feel like this new moon is so important and so crucial for really powerful breakthrough change. I'm going to also do something a little different in this video. And I'm going to go through, based on each rising sign, what area of life this new moon is particularly lighting up for you for a rebirth, a refresh, an influx of powerful, radical new energy coming in, giving you a bit of insight into where and how you can set your intentions to carry you through this lunar cycle in the most helpful and powerful and aligned ways. So let's dive in. Brief reminder to remember some basics. A new moon happens when the sun and the moon align. And this represents a union of the conscious, the sun, and the unconscious depths, the moon. And this is why it's traditionally such a fertile, powerful time for setting intentions, because for this moment, and by moment, I mean this day, we're in it for a bit here. For this moment, your conscious and your unconscious are lined up, are working together. And so the conscious seeds that you drop in, that you set, can very powerfully go into the unconscious, can go into the depths of who you are and fuel you and fill you as we move through this lunar cycle coming up. So, what makes this new moon different? It is, again, the first lunar cycle since Pluto officially moved into Aquarius for good. As you may know, Pluto moved into Aquarius and then it retrograded out, as planets always do. So Pluto recently moved into Aquarius for good. This represents a long-term period of very profound, deep transformation at the collective level. Aquarius is the sign of the people, of the community, of creating a better world that works for everyone. I am getting teary saying this, and I think that as we're all alive in this moment and looking at the profoundness of the depth and change that is happening in the world, I don't think there is any question that we are in a moment of radical, deep, complete transformation. This is about breakthroughs on a very deep level that affect humanity at like the very baseline, I want to say. This is about change for the people. This is about deep collective change. So we're going to talk about how we can use this new moon to plant seeds that align with where you are ready to transform. And of course, this is about you personally, internally, and it's about how you can bring your gifts to the world in a more effective, helpful, powerful way. Because that's also what the sign of Aquarius is about. Is Aquarius is symbolized by the water bearer. Although it's an air sign, not a water sign, it's represented by the water bearer. And the story is that he went out to find the life-giving water and brought it back to the tribe. Aquarius is about bringing through the new, the gifts, the change, the breakthroughs that are here to serve humanity. So this is a time to align very much with what you have to bring. And Aquarius is also different, unique, going to bring what hasn't been done before. This is a time to align with what you bring, very personally, very uniquely you, that is here to be in service to the world and is here to create the world that we want to create, that is here to be a part of the collective change that you are here to be. So let's go through just briefly what is happening in the sky and in the energy around us and in us right now. This energy, of course, is not out there. It is part of us. This is what we are all collectively participating in. So Pluto represents the complete total transformation at the deepest levels. And Pluto in Aquarius, again, is a time of bringing this transformation in a way that collectively changes humanity, that collectively serves humanity. And this is done by meeting some of the deepest, darkest, most hidden places. Pluto transits of any kind tend to come with secret things coming out to light, more being revealed, the things that were hidden in the basement coming forward. And all of this happens so that what needs to move and change can move and change. So I will invite you, if things do feel heavy, dark, intense right now, I'll invite you to hold this as a period of transformation that we are collectively moving through, and know that when things feel very intense, that is absolutely the time of the most breakthrough happening. So know that there is another side. Know that we are collectively creating the way through the very, very big challenges that we see reflected in the world right now. All right, Pluto right now is also conjunct Mercury. Mercury represents the thoughts, the intellect, communication. So there's also a way right now that communication and thoughts and mental awareness and understanding is going deep and may be opening up with this new moon into some very profound places. Again, this is about you individually and also collectively. I'm going to invite you as we hold how to work with the energy of this new moon. I'm going to invite you to bring in your thoughts, your intentions in a very using your mind, using your communication, using your thoughts. This might look like journaling. Writing is a very Mercurian concept. Writing out what you want to create, listing, thinking, journaling it out. Very powerful time for journaling, especially into the depths of what you want to change, the shifts you want to embody, how you want to be, how you want to show up fully in these very powerful transformational times. We also have right now, Jupiter and Uranus are both stationing direct. Okay, so Uranus represents very sudden, radical, unexpected change. And Uranus has been moving retrograde for some time. Jupiter and Uranus both move quite slowly. So they are both getting ready to turn around. Uranus, again, brings sudden unexpected change. Jupiter brings expansion and growth and abundance and all of the goodness. And when a planet is on the brink of turning around to go direct, it's like all the energy represented by this planet is almost like wound up, kind of getting ready to spring, like a cat getting ready to spring. It's getting ready to move forward. So there is a very powerful, like, pause at the bottom of a breath moment feel with this new moon that is about getting ready to move forward in a very powerful way. It's about breakthroughs. And I'm going to invite you with this new moon in Aquarius, with Uranus and Jupiter getting ready to go direct, to think very big and bold and out of the box with your intentions, to set what you want to, what you're intending to embody in this lunar cycle in a very bold, powerful way that allows the energy of this very radical transformation that wants to come through to come through. Uranus transits are always, they're always quite unexpected. There's a way that we can't predict what this energy is going to look like. And that simply means our minds can't control what it's going to look like, but we can align with knowing and setting the intention that very powerful transformational energy is coming. And you can use the Mercury conjunct Pluto aspect of this moment to to the best of your ability to write out your intentions for what you see, what you know, what you want to embody. So leaning into that radical change, trusting your ability to evolve, couple journal prompts if you would like. What does being the change look for me right now? What internal shifts are requested to support me that will support my growth and all that I want to share with the world? And where can I embrace unexpected, bigger than I might have seen coming opportunities for expansion? This moon is calling for bold moves internally, externally, in the direction of your vision. All right, so let's go through what this new moon looks like for each of the rising signs. I work primarily with the house system called whole sign astrology. This means that each house is covering one sign. And through the lens of whole sign astrology, if you know your rising sign, we can get a glimpse into what area of your life is being lit up by this new moon. What area is the way that all this energy I've just been describing, this radical, big, bold, unexpected energy coming in. It's like what I'm going to go through right now is going to tell you where in your life you can look to see this most coming through. It's like where to direct the attention to allow yourself to be aware of the profound energy that's coming through you. So let's go through each rising sign and look at how this new moon is affecting you, how it's showing up for you. If you are Aquarius rising, that means that this new moon is happening in your first house. This is the public you. This is you out in the world that people see. This is me, Rachel. This is you as you. It's about your identity, your appearance, perhaps, maybe how you present yourself to the world. Intentions, and I'll just give some suggestions because this is going to be very personal to you. But if this is you, if it's happening in your first house, the way you are aligning with this energy might have to do with confidence, with stepping into a new version of yourself that's showing up more boldly, more loudly, more here, more you. Self-expression is very big here. If you are a Capricorn rising, that means this new moon is happening in your second house, which is all about worth, self-worth, value, finances, stability. And if you're a Capricorn rising, this new moon invites you to reflect on your relationship with your finances, with what creates the foundations in your life for you to feel safe, which in our society, finances typically do. It's literally how you pay the bills, how you take care of yourself. So there's an opportunity, there's an invitation here for a radical new influx of energy, perhaps of new beliefs with Mercury meeting up with Pluto. Are there new beliefs around money or finances that may want to come in? Possibly also related to this is new beliefs around self-worth. And I'll invite you, by the way, to listen through and listen to any of these that spark you, because of course you're not limited to one house, and your full chart holds pieces of all of the houses. So I'm just giving you your rising sign as one primary place to look, but listen for what sparks something in you for where your next steps are. But if you're Capricorn rising, second house, it's likely there's something to do with money, finances, self-worth that is ready for a fresh start in your beliefs and in how you operate. Allow this new moon to reset that for you in whatever ways want to happen. If you're Sagittarius rising, then this new moon's happening in your third house, which is all about new ideas, communication, connection, learning and teaching. There might be something here around any projects you're doing that look like writing, teaching, podcasting, marketing, creating online courses, anything like this, our third house matters. So if you're a Sagittarius rising, where might there be a reset asking to happen in something perhaps that you're creating, that has to do with writing, teaching, learning, etc., or maybe something you're learning as the student? Are you invited to be a student? Are you invited to teach something you know? Tune into what may be popping for you in that arena. And I'll invite you to set with this new moon your intentions for what may want to come through there. If you're a Scorpio rising, this new moon happens in your fourth house. This has to do with your home and your foundations. There's a couple ways this plays out. Your literal home, where you live, the structure, the place that feels like home to you. It's also about the internal safe space of feeling at home, feeling safe, feeling like cozy in a blanket and connected. And it's also about your roots, your lineage. So there may be something interesting wanting to happen here that has to do with security within yourself. It might have to do with your living environment, literally, might have to do with foundations, your support system, your ancestors, your lineage. Tune into what may be popping, what may be coming through for you in that arena if you are a Scorpio rising. If you're Libra rising, this new moon is happening in your fifth house, which is all about creativity, passion, romance, fun, self-expression, play, being a kid. It's also about children, like literal having children. Fifth house represents creation of your body, your mind, your projects, and creating for the fun of it and embodying and expressing that pure joy and creativity. So if this new moon is happening in your fifth house, if you're Libra rising, I'll invite you to set your intentions around creativity, play, joy, what lights you up. If the world is feeling dark and heavy, what lights you up? Find the play, find the joy, find even some small way to connect to where that joy, that spark is for you. That's going to be really important. If you are Virgo rising, then this new moon happens in your sixth house, and it's all about work, health, and daily routines. This is very much about resetting habits. This is a great one for just a simple traditional, let's set a new habit and start something new that I'm going to do. What are the steps I'm going to do to put it into place? There may be something in your work life that wants a reboot. And if it's in your sixth house, it's less about like the overarching big picture of your work. It's more about the day-to-day. What are you doing in your schedule? Is your schedule working for you? Is there some kind of reset needed around where you're working or how, or the structures, how things look? Your health is also very connected to the sixth house because it's very connected to what you do with yourself all day long. How can you take care of yourself? Self-care is indicated here in a way that is about like putting the structures you need, set up the structures for you. If you are Leo rising, this new moon happens in your seventh house of partnerships. This is going to bring some kind of breakthrough or reset in one-to-one connections, whether that's romantic, your partner, friendships, even client relationships. What needs to be reset in the balance between you showing up and the other? This is like the mirror where, the other is showing up as a mirror of you, or there's something being reflected. There's some kind of information or energy for you here around you and someone or people in your life, and what might need to come back into balance, or what's coming through for you that's being communicated through your relationships. If you are Cancer rising, then this happens in your eighth house. Eighth house is the deep, deep transformation. This is where we meet all of the deepest stuff. It's also about shared resources, money. It's also about sex and intimacy. It's about emotional healing. This is a time for diving even deeper. We're already going deep with this new moon, but if you're Cancer rising, happening in the 8th house, this is a time to let your intentions meet anything that wants to come forward that needs to be felt and loved that might have been hidden. And this is key to you moving forward. If you're Gemini rising, then this new moon happens in your 9th house, which is all about expansion, philosophy, learning even ever more, international travel, going big, expanding your horizons in a big way. There may be something here around higher education, your spiritual growth, expanding into like how you're invited to expand. This is where the transformational energy we were talking about is one key way it's coming through you, is through your expansion in higher learning or your spiritual connection and just how that wants to maybe unfold to the next level or some new level wants to come in. If you are Taurus rising, then this new moon happens in your 10th house, which is all about career. This is a really powerful time to set intentions or take steps forward for your career, your public image, long-term goals, your professional life, the legacy that you want to live. Go big with the intentions for what you want to be and do publicly now. If you're Aries rising, new moon in the 11th house is about community, your friend circles. It's also about your life purpose, especially as it connects to the circles that you move in and the way that moves you forward through your life. It's a beautiful time to think about your contribution to the groups and the circles you move in. Does that want to reset in some way? Do the organizations, the ways that you show up publicly in group settings, is there a refresh? Is there something new, some kind of new balance that wants to come into alignment there? This is where to look for this powerful energy coming through. And if you are Pisces rising, this new moon happens in your 12th house, which is in the unconscious. That means it's buried deep. That means that this is a very powerful time for deep reflection, inner work, also shadow work. Know that the effects of this may not be super obvious to you at the moment. When something's going on in your 12th house, it's likely your mind's not going to get it right away. And there's a bit of that for us all with Mars being retrograde. So all actions moving forward are in a bit of a reboot process for a bit longer. So know that all of this that we've been talking about may take some time to come through. But if you have Pisces rising, then this new moon's in your 12th house. So even more than ever, it's probably going to feel a little unclear what all is up. That is okay. Trust that whatever depths you go to, whatever intentions you set, are working on very powerful, deep levels. So, powerful reset here. Remember, it's not about having all the answers right away. I'm going to invite you as you move through this lunar cycle to allow the intentions that you set today to unfold. And I'll invite you to just pause and take a couple of breaths here with me if you choose. Let's allow all of this energy to move through you in this moment in the ways that are most aligned, most perfect. Know that everything is unfolding in the time that it unfolds, and that when Mars turns around, which is coming up in February, a lot more in the action world will become clear. But for right now, know that the seeds you are planting are very powerful and are the starting point for very radical new change. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and share if this has been helpful. And I would love to hear how this new moon resonates with you if you'd like to drop me a note in the comments. I'll see you soon. Take great care.